Now, here's Chris.
Good morning, everybody. Hey, it's Friday.
It is Friday.
6:31. Happy Friday, everyone. I hope you're okay. I hope you're looking forward to the weekend. So I have news. I don't know how long I'll last on the show today.
Okay.
And apologies to the team first, because I haven't really spoke to them since we all got in the studio, because I can't say what I'm about to say twice.
Okay.
And I might get a bit upset.
Okay.
Which is going to ruin my hard man of radio image that I've been cultivating over the last 30-odd years of radio. Yesterday, this is going to be a bit tough. So yesterday, I got a phone call the other day from a friend of mine saying the guy who kind of not started me in radio, but the first guy that was ever kind of like, yeah, come and sit on the show and come and help out if you ever want. He passed away on Wednesday evening, which is very, very sad.
Yeah.
And his name was Carl Kingston. Mm-hmm. He was affectionately known as Carl All the Hits and More Kingston.
Right.
And I met him at Radio Air in Leeds, and he was the one guy that was like, yeah, come in, you know. And I used to kind of help out on his show, and he had little helpers, and and I'd go to gigs with him and carry his record boxes, because back in those days, we played vinyl on record players.
Yeah, and they weighed a ton.
Yeah.
Technics SL 1200s or something, whatever, Mark IIs. Anyway, and he passed away. I got a phone call the other night saying he was ill, and then yesterday morning, I got a phone call just after the show to say that he passed away, which is very, very sad.
Yeah.
So God love you, Carl. Thank you very much for everything. Carl, All the Hits and More Kingston. I have to say that because that makes me smile. So that was that. And then last night went to the cat's tag.
Oh no.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, wow.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Oh, Chris, so sorry.
Thank you. Yeah, Chewy's gone.
Oh.
No way.
Oh, that's horrible.
So quick. So I got to bed at 1:30 this morning.
Right.
So I'm wired and sad. Thank God I'm not on heart, because I can't turn up the feel good.
No, you don't.
No.
You wouldn't have to this morning. Oh, that's really sad.
Oh, I've ruined their show, by the way, because Amanda Holden saw me this morning. I was stood outside and she goes, morning. And I went, morning. And she went, you all right? What's wrong? I was like, no, I'm fine. She goes, what's wrong? And I told her, and she gave me a big hug.
Aww.
And then I'm like, you've got to go and do a show now. She goes, oh, don't be silly.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I want to give you a hug. I don't want to set you off.
Yeah.
Your hug's not that good.
No. Fortunately, they're rubbish.
And poor old Adam Brown, he'll be listening to this on the way home now.
Oh,
so
yeah, of
I'm going to
course.
set him off.
Absolutely.
He's a bear.
He's a bear.
Oh, it's
that's horrible.
heartbreaking.
Oh, Chris.
It's a member of the family, isn't it? People who don't have pets perhaps don't get it, but
Yeah,
it is. It's a member of your family.
I was that happy person 5 years ago.
Yeah.
I'd never had pets because Mum's got a phobia of animals and pets and stuff. We had a dog for one night and then came back from school the next day and the dog had gone because Mum couldn't handle it.
Oh, yeah, you had it for 24 hours, didn't you, or something?
A basset hound.
Yeah.
No one in the world gets a basset hound as a pet.
No.
It's only in like movies and stuff. Anyway, that's what we got. We got a dog. And then we came back from school. Where's the dog? The dog's gone. What? What do you mean gone where? Shopping. And the dad's like, your mum couldn't handle it. She's like, I'm sorry.
Right.
She's like, she couldn't.
Just scared.
She's got a proper phobia of animals. The only time she's ever held a dog was when she was leathered once.
Oh, really?
Weekend away, and she held one of Kate and Nick's dogs.
Your mum doesn't get leathered.
Oh, she did.
Okay.
If there's Laurent Perrier around.
Oh, yeah.
That's what it was.
Was it?
Yeah, Laurent Perrier rosé. Got to go to rosé.
That'll do it.
So, yeah,
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, that's so sad. And sudden.
Oh my God, so quick, so sudden. Like, I'm stunned. And it's just so sad. And Tiff's away, so I had to call her.
Yeah.
And that was awful.
Yeah.
Because they're our kids.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And
I get it.
5 years and a month ago, if I heard this, I'd be like, get over yourself.
Yeah. But
Get another one. Well, we've got another one. But they've become, part of the family now.
Yeah.
It's just so quick. So quick. Like, and he's 5.
right, that's
He's still young.
Well, I don't know.
Is that middle?
in cat years. I don't know.
Well, maybe
Middle-aged.
12, 15 years, something like that.
I don't know.
So just and I had to call the vet, the emergency vet, because I just knew something wasn't right with him, and I'm like, he'll be fine, he'll be all right, he'll be fine. And then the vet goes, look, what do you want to do? Do you want to talk about options? And I'm like, options for what?
What do you mean, yeah?
What? And he's like, well, I'm like, what? Really? So then I had to phone Tiff, and she knew immediately.
Did she?
Yeah. She's like, oh, yeah, I'm like, you okay? And she's like, what's wrong? What is it? So just heartbreaking. And then he's gone. That's it. Oh, and then this morning, because I feed the cats their breakfast in the morning, so this morning I go to the cupboard and I get 2 bowls out, and I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh God, this is awful. Then his sister's looking at me, and she's probably looking at me going, where's my breakfast? Because I'm thinking she's there going, what's going on? Why are you upset? And I can't handle it. I can't deal with it. I've never had pets. Oh, I was living the life of Riley. No pets. Look at other people with their pets. It was fine. I could do that. That was fine. I'm not into me animals. You know me. I've always said I'd eat a panda sandwich.
Yeah, you have. Yeah, you did say that, didn't you?
Yeah. And then you get them, and Tiff absolutely badgered me into getting the cat. 2 cats then, it had to be, because, so they've got
a playmate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then 5 lovely years with the cats.
Yeah.
I had a meeting around the house the other day. So out of the two of them, the boy and the girl, Leia's by far the bravest. Chewie's like, and off he goes.
Yeah.
And he likes to sit. We've got like a dining room table and chairs, and he likes to sit on one of the chairs. That's his little spot. And we had a meeting at the house on Monday or Tuesday, and we sat at that table, and then literally I looked up and he's sat in his chair, and I'm like, look at you, Mr. Brave. And he's like, oh, shut up, I'm trying to sleep. And we sat around the table, we had a meeting while he just sat in the end chair, curled up asleep, which he never does. And I'm like, oh, that's good. And he was absolutely fine. He was fine on Wednesday, and then yesterday.
Completely out of the blue.
Unbelievable. So on Wednesday, I couldn't find him, and we got a little tiny patio garden, and we got the chairs and the covers on because of the stupid weather, and he's like often under one of the chairs, or he's over the fence, or he's off catting, as we call it. He's doing his thing. He's got his own little world away from us. Like your kids.
Yeah.
You're not invited. It's their thing.
Absolutely right.
And I'm like, I've not seen him all day, and he's not coming for food. This is, I get so paranoid. Oh my God, I don't, like with kids, that'd be a nightmare. And I'm like, so I start looking for him, and he's not in any of his spots, and it's always the same. Just at the point where I start to think, okay, I'm getting a little bit concerned now. He'll just walk around the corner.
Whistling.
All right, fat idiot. Where's my lunch?
Yeah.
And I'm like, where have you been? I don't know what you mean. I'm a cat. I can't understand you. Meow. Bye-bye. And I'm like, oh, God, every time. They get me every time. So that was Wednesday. And then so yesterday was something similar. And then so I went looking around the house for him, and he was under our bed, which is not like him. Normally she's under the bed. But like, he was under the bed. So I'm like, you all right? And he blinks at me, which I always think is a sign of, all right. So I'm like, okay, well, come down and have some food. And then I left it for a bit, and I kept going back. I kept checking on him, brought a bowl of food up, and he wasn't, he was just looking at me and he's blinking. And I'm like, okay, and he wasn't crying or meowing or, I thought maybe he's just a bit, he's eating some grass or he's been sick or something, or he'll be fine. He does this every so often. He has a little hymn day and then he'll just come out of it. And then he'll be fine. He comes around, chases his sister, and bites some of her fur off. She whacks him in the face with a paw, and I'm like, here we go. Anyway, then he appeared last night about 9:15 into the lounge, and his back legs had gone. Right. So he's kind of walking on his front 2 legs, and he's dragging his arse and his legs behind him. And I'm like, okay, that's not good. And he's just looking at me. And I went to stroke him, and he's fine with it because they're British Blues, so they're not majorly affectionate. They are in their way, on their terms. And I'm like, okay, this isn't good. And he tried to get into one of his little spots, but he couldn't move his legs. And I'm like, okay, that's not good. But he got downstairs, so I just phoned the emergency vet. Spoke to this amazing woman on the phone who was so friendly and lovely. And she goes, we can send somebody round, or you can take him to the little cat hospital. And I'm like, I can't take him anywhere. I've got someone needs to come round. And this guy came round, and I was just hoping he's going to go, there you go, he's got a thorn in his leg or something like that. And the guy just goes, I don't think this is good. And I'm like, what do you mean you don't think it's good? I said, what? He goes, there's no pulse in his legs. So what, his legs, yeah. And it's a blood clot, and if the blood clot moves, then it's pretty much game over.
Wow.
And then he said, we need to talk about options. What do you want to do? I'm like, oh my God. Just so quick.
Yeah.
The speed of it all. And then I had to ring Tiff, and she's in bits.
I can imagine, yeah.
And she's not there, and she's just beside herself. Oh, it's awful. Just awful. I just wanted to be swallowed up last night. It was just awful. And then he's just we had to get him. We got him on the kitchen island, and while the vet was just checking him and everything, and it was just like. And then at one point the vet touched him, and Chewie just whoa, as if to go, that's really painful. And so the options apparently were you can try and treat it. They had to take him away to cat hospital, animal hospital. I don't know. I've never been. And probably won't be allowed in. And he said that we can try and treat it, and the way he's saying it is like, but, I mean, it's not really going to go away. I mean,
no.
So...
And you have to do the kindest thing, don't you?
And I'm like, give me every possible option where this is, where this doesn't go the way that your face says it's going. Yeah. And I think he was a French guy. He's called Axel. Might have been Foley. I don't know.
Axel Foley.
And I'm just like, talk to me. Just give me something. How many times have you seen this before? He's like, hundreds. It can happen at any age. That's the thing. And it can it's like a heart thing and then a blood clot thing. And have you ever seen a cat come through the other side? He went, yeah, once. I'm like, okay, well, they're not great odds. And he goes, and if they don't, he said they're in a lot of pain, and it could last another 2 weeks, could last another 6 months, but he'll be in pain. And the only thing I could think of was he was in. Oh, you shut up! I'm not doing Nick Kershaw this morning. I said the only thing I could think of was. He was at home, he was under the bed, and he must have been in the house when this came on, when it happened or something. So he was in the house, so we were with him, and I could, see him. But if he'd have been over the fence or in another garden or whatever, and this happened again in the future, then maybe he wouldn't even go back to the house. Maybe we wouldn't even. And I'm like, and if he's in pain, it's like, and I'm looking at him going, what should we do? And he's like, you need to decide. Oh, so awful.
Yeah.
Awful.
What a horrible decision.
Yeah.
And I'm not good with grown-up stuff anyway. That's
no, I know you're not.
Fart sound effects for a living. That's my area in life. Is saying stupid things, and so that was that. And then just trying to message Tiff and FaceTime Tiff so they could see each other.
Mate, I'm so sorry. That's so horrible.
And at the back of my mind, I'm thinking, we've got Keith Lemon on the show tomorrow. I can't handle that.
Yeah. What you want is a nice, quiet guest, isn't it? We've got Keith Lemon.
We want Aled Jones from Classic on or something.
Exactly.
Do you know what? Lee Francis is good because I think he's a dog person.
I think he is, yeah.
So he'll be like...
He's talked about his pets before.
You're right, mate. Don't worry. You'll be all right.
Yeah.
Toby will get it when he sees you.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, it's just so not me. It was just like, I never had pets. Had a rabbit that choked on its own vomit.
Right.
It ate a newspaper in the cage and choked on its own vomit and died. And I remember being upset then, but this is a different league.
Yeah.
And it's just so quick.
Send Tiff our love as well, because
Of course I will. And I've seen loads of texts come in, but I can't read them. 2 reasons: one, I'm not wearing my glasses. And 2,
everyone gets it.
Yeah.
Basically.
Some people have had the same with their cat, the same thing
Yeah.
that Chewy had as well.
It's just so quick. Literally, I actually didn't see him Thursday morning, I don't think. But Wednesday night, I'm watching telly, and he was just sat in his little spot in the lounge, fine, absolutely fine. The vet said it just once that blood clot moves, and it's to do with the heart, and I don't know. It's called fate.
Yeah.
Feline something.
Okay.
So he kept saying it's fate, and I'm like, what is he? Genuinely, I'm like, I thought he'd been all spiritual.
I thought you'd been all spiritual.
No, this is what the thing's called. And he's like, yeah, it looks like fate. And I'm like, what do you mean it looks like? What do you mean? What does that mean? And then he was saying it because he was, I think as I said, he was French, so I'm good. His bedside manner with me wasn't.
No.
But he wasn't private. It was more NHS.
Right. But you speak a bit of French, so I imagine you...
I asked him what was in the basket. Is it a pineapple?
Did you tell him you have a brother but no sisters?
But he was great with Chewy. He was really good with Chewy. And then once he'd checked him out and everything, and then so we just,
Yeah.
I just talked to him and everything. Well, we worked everything out, and then when we decided, and it was like, well, look, if that's the best thing for him, then
Well, you did the right thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
and just gave him a little cuddle. I didn't let go of him.
No.
I did think about just before, he left the house, because obviously he's gone with the vet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think this would be a good time to try and pick him up. Because
Right.
he won't be able to scratch me.
Yeah. For the first time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I never picked him up.
No.
I say that they didn't want picking up anyway, because
They probably did.
they always look like they hated it.
Yeah.
You were always convinced that Chewy would speak to you at some point as well, weren't you?
Yeah, I wish he'd blooming said something yesterday. Dad, my legs are not good. But even then, I don't think there's a lot. I don't think there's... I literally said, there's nothing we could have done to prevent this. He goes, absolutely nothing. It just happens. Do you know what the number one cause of death for cats is? Cancer.
Is it?
Really?
Yeah. Cancer. Jeepers. And that's the thing, because they can't communicate well, like a human would go, I'm really not feeling very well.
No.
So, he has off days. They have off days when they're like, sleep me alone, I'll be all right.
Yeah.
And Leia went missing not long after we'd first got her. And she was missing from, we woke up one morning, we couldn't really see her. And as the day went on, it's like, this is concerning. And because they're all very new to us then. Tiff's had cats before. As it turns out, she's like full Susan Boyle, Cracker's cat lady.
Right. She's one of them.
Oh, my God, our house looks like Pets at Home. We used to have 2 cat trees. 2 cat trees.
I know, I've seen them. They were the size of an actual tree.
Got rid of one of them.
Did you? One cat tree.
One cat tree, which I put together, so it's a bit wobbly. And, I told them to not jump on it.
That's it.
If you're going to jump on it, can you both jump on it at the same time? Because I put it together and
From each side.
it might keel over.
Just look at it.
Yeah.
And so anyway, that's my news.
Oh, that's really sad.
It really is.
And sorry to drag you all down. It's Friday. It's Friday.
It's life, and it happens. And it's very sad when it does.
It's happened to a lot of people on the text as well.
Well, this is it. This is why I can't not talk about it. And
Yeah.
it's just rubbish.
everyone's being so lovely.
Yeah. Don't read them at the moment.
No.
No.
But they're
Not me
being-
over the edge.
being-
I'll read them later.
Read them later.
When I'm playing a Rage Against the Machine track or something.
Exactly.
Perks me up a bit. It's just so quick. Just like...
How's Leia been?
I don't know, because I don't... So she looked at me this morning, and of course in my head I'm transcribing that look as, what's going on? Where's my brother?
Yeah.
Why do you seem sad?
Yeah.
But I don't know. We let her see him last night because apparently that can help.
Okay.
Right, okay.
And she did, and she sniffed him.
Okay.
And this is awful. I'm going to say it, but because apparently they can smell death.
Okay.
So, and it might just help her go, oh, okay, he's gone now.
Yeah.
All right. And then hopefully kind of in their cat heads, they go, oh, okay.
Yeah. So she won't be
God
looking.
bless him, crack on now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully. But yeah, they were brother and sister. So there you are. I don't know really how to get out of this. If anybody wants to buy...
No, this...
I've got some boy cat bowls.
Right. Speak to Adam Brown, perhaps.
Oh. What, for his girl cat?
Speak to him anyway, because he'll...
Morning, Adam. Hope you're all right. I've ruined
Yeah.
your journey home now as well. Go home and give your cat a big cuddle. Maureen, what's it called?
Ruby.
Ruby.
Oh, Adam will be devastated for you. He's the biggest cat dad.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not good with grown-up things.
No, I
I don't
know.
like death.
No, I'm not a fan.
No.
No.
Oh, yeah. My whole day yesterday was so weird. So I started off with the news about Carl, God bless him, and my condolences to his family and friends. But he had an amazing life, Carl. This is my radio friend who I always tried to credit him when I first got to Radio 1 and do interviews. I always tried to get his name in there and stuff, and they always got chopped out. And then I was doing a live telly interview, and I made a point of going, right, I'm saying his name to go, thanks.
Right.
So Carl was great with me. And he was like Carl, the DJ guy, my friend who died yesterday, Wednesday night. He was on he was last on the radio on Saturday morning.
Oh, wow.
So, doing what he loved. He loved it. He's the guy that used to have his name on the car.
Oh, is that? Oh, you've told me about him. Oh, that's him.
Oh.
That was a thing, though, back in the day. That was very...
It wasn't a sponsored car. It was his car.
Oh, no, that's right.
Just chose.
That was it, yeah.
I mean, it was discreet. It was just, down the side, left to right, Carl Kingston Radio Air.
Oh, wow.
And...
perhaps more people should do that. I don't know.
Bit of free advertising,
Yeah.
isn't it?
And it was so weird because he wasn't really like that. It was very, he was a very funny guy. And, but not very, hey, look at me.
No.
But yeah, he had his name on the side of his car.
I've never heard of that before.
And then so I had that conversation. Then I had to ring Paul McKenna because Paul knew him. Paul knew Carl, and he'd already had the call, luckily, so I didn't have to break it to him. And then we had a chat, and then we were talking about Steve Wright, because McKenna and I were great friends with, great mates.
Yes.
With Steve, and we're talking about trying to get something together for the people who knew him, because we kind of feel a bit left out in the cold with Steve's thing, because the service for Steve Wright's passing was private. That was like family, which is totally understandable.
Yes.
And then the BBC did a tribute show to him thing, and I think they had a few talking heads on, but it was like people who work on radio too, so it's like for the rest of us we didn't get a look in, and it's just like, and it's kind of like, well, what does that is? We done now with that. And I said to McKenna the other week, should we do something? Should we just get a load of people who knew him together and just have a few drinks and swap some stories? I don't know, something. He's gone, that's a great idea. So then I found out about my friend Carl. Then I'm on the phone to McKenna. Then we're talking about that. And then I had to ring him another friend, Sean, because he's going to organise this Steve thing. And then ended the day with Chewy going. So I've had better Thursdays.
Oh, you've had better weeks, haven't you?
So yeah, sorry to drag you all down, everyone, but I just needed to. And I've had like little or no sleep, so I'm totally wired. I've got a throbbing headache. And it was either that or it was like 1:15 when all the dust settled, and I was kind of on my own in the kitchen, and I'm like, I don't know what to do about the show. I can't even think about the show. And then the reality of not doing the show is I'm going to have to ring Pippa or Matt, and then Toby's got... And I'm like, I can't... I just can't, so I'll just come in. And I don't know how long I'll last. I might last till the news at 7.
See how you
through
go.
the rest of the show. I don't know.
Yeah, when you need, it's fine.
James is always here, so just
that's another reason why I thought I need to come in, because God forbid this gives James Robinson his big break. Yeah. No one will forgive me. Anyway, thanks for listening to me, and if you're watching, good Lord, the news is next.
The Chris Moyles Radio X. Radio X. The Chris Moyles Show. Radio X.